What's happening, everyone? Today we are actually on our way to go and pick up a new car. But before I tell you guys what it is, I thought I'd fill you in on the Z3. So the Z3 is now totally fixed. Figured out that the actual problem, I put 2 full tanks of E10 fuel into it. It seemed to not like the Costco E10 fuel. I reckon that Costco E10 is probably higher ethanol content than the majority of them because it's a more premium sort of quality of fuel. So since then I've only ran the car on E5 and absolutely no problems at all, so that's fantastic. That car is fully sorted. Right now we are on our way to go and meet up with my friend Stuart, who's gonna be picking up this new car with me. I'll show you guys what it is when we get there. Didn't end up managing to get a video yesterday. I had a bit of a mad one, ended up having to go on like a bit of a rescue mission because my brother's car got a puncture on the other side of Edinburgh, so I had to leave Stuart and let him sort out the whole new car situation and move it to my other place here where I'm currently in the E36. Bit of a nightmare, but let's have a look and we'll see what I got. Picked this thing up yesterday, spoke to the owners properly, and they were really sad to see this thing go. However, it was just a garden ornament for like over 2 years. In that time, although when they parked it up it wasn't in the worst of condition, it was pretty bad because, well, I'll show you guys. Sills are pretty much all gone. So that alone can tell you that this car is most likely Japanese, which it is. It's an S14A. I'm absolutely buzzing. I honestly can't begin to describe it. But yeah, I've bought myself an S14A shell and I cannot wait to start building this thing up. Now, it's pretty rough, as you've just seen. It was a drift car, as you can tell from the stickers. Driftland. But yeah, it had a dun on the front and the back, and since then that's when they decided to park it up. And I think they had the intentions of reshelling it or possibly fixing it. The guy said he wanted to tube the front end and stuff, but just never quite got round to it, and then in the time it just started to rot because it was left out in the elements. So yeah, sills, inner arches and stuff all need to be worked on. Front cross member needs to be replaced and such. But in terms of what this car needs to get back on the road, apart from welding and bodywork repairs, everything is there for me to stick an SR20 and a gearbox inside it. That's literally all that this thing needs. So I just couldn't pass it up. I was like, right, I've always wanted one of these cars. It's an ultimate kind of dream JDM car for me. So yeah, I just cannot wait to start working on this. So yeah, as you can see here, had pretty nasty dunt back here, which pushed it in from here. On top of that, this front was pushed in quite a bit. Don't know what my plans are for this car at the moment. I mean, if it's a bit too far gone, I'll turn it into a drift car. If it's not, then I think this would make a really nice street car. I love that, just the white clocks. First things first though, I'm gonna rip the carpets out and just inspect the floor, because if there's any patches that need to be welded from there, I'd rather find that now than if it comes to a potential MOT time and yeah, they find it then, and I've just spent all this time and money on it, getting it ready to then have to go back and start working on it again. I spoke to my brother yesterday as well. He said that he's just telling me to chuck a 1J in it. Right? I was just like, it would be insane to have a 1JZ in this, but the thing is that if I have a 1JZ or a 2JZ, I'll be way too tempted to make a build that's running like 600, 700 horsepower, and that just becomes a dangerous game, especially with the roads in Scotland. I mean, it's raining the majority of the time. How often can you enjoy a car with that much power? So yeah, that's the plan with that. However, currently what we need to do, need to get this E36 out of the way, and the EG is actually coming out. So EG is moving to my mum and dad's house where the engine is, because this thing, we're making a start on fitting the engine and getting all of the parts that I've managed to accumulate, starting to get them fitted. So I cannot wait again to just get started on this too, because it's just going to be incredible. Just finally, after how long has it been? It's been like 3 years since this car's had an engine. Hey! Starting on the S14, gonna get this emptied out. Everything is in the S class and in the EG. Let's get the S14 emptied. First inspections, we've emptied the car out, and yeah, it's pretty shitty. it's not great, but it's not as bad as I was expecting at the same time. I had a look at the boot floor. Boot floor is a wee bit crusty, but it's not really that bad. I mean, just like a wee sand down clean up, that's okay. That'll sort that one out. However, if we look this way, let's see. So down here, this all kind of looks alright. See down there though, you can kind of see all the way through to the floor. So that needs work. Like it's just the same, didn't I? Yep. Basically no sill on that side, which is not great. This side, I mean, crusty, but yeah, hole in the sill there as well. And this is a wee bit more crusty. I'll see what I can do with that. But like I said, we're gonna get this carpet out and have a look at the floor properly. Do that next time because it's pitch black outside and we have places to be. So yeah, but overall not so bad. Pretty much what I expected to find. So yeah, I mean, we will just wait and see. If it turns out that the car is totally unsavable, then the parts that I got with it are pretty much more than the value that I actually paid for the car. So I'm kind of alright in that sense. However, I do want to try and save this because there's not a lot of these left. They've been, like this one has, they've been used and abused, and it's hard to come by like decent examples. Danny, are you serious?
I tried to hold it in, but I just couldn't do it.
Just couldn't do it.
Just couldn't do it.
That was impressive, to be honest. That was like a full fucking 5 to 10 seconds right there, man. That is skill. Right. But anyways, well, we've got everything ready for the EG tomorrow morning. This thing is pretty much as far as I want to take it today anyway. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow morning when we're moving the EG. So see you then. Me and Danny managed to get 3 series out of the way. Brakes were seized, so we just kept on rocking it, and that done the job. So that's that thing sorted. Now the EG won't budge, tyres are flat. I'm not risking putting my S-Class around there because then it'll never get out. It's been raining like mad, so grass is really wet. So I think Stuart is here. Hey, there we go. And he's just bringing the truck in. And that's it. This is actually one of the most craziest feelings because this car was literally built in this driveway when I was broke, had absolutely nothing to me, yet I managed to build a B18C EG when I was making like £200 a month. It was insane and it took so long. There was so much like don't even know how to explain it. Blood, sweat and tears that just went into the first time that I built this car, and now it's in the exact same spot where I took the engine out, I fitted the new one, I struggled to get it running, I eventually got it done. Everyone was telling me, get this car out the driveway, like it's just taking up space. It was there for 18 months while I tried to put it together as a total novice. My first ever project like this, and it's back in the same spot, but this time it's getting done right. It's just a surreal feeling. It just, like, I totally understand that this car looks like an absolute shed, and it is, to be honest. It's totally rotten from the rear arches, it's not in the nicest condition, it's totally stripped to parts, it's not looking great, but for me, this just feels right. Like, it's crazy. I don't know why, but having the car here is more of a surreal feeling than when I bought it back. It's it's actually insane. I can't even explain how happy I am to see this car here and just finally make a start on putting this thing back together the way that I wish I was able to do it when I was 17. Like, oh my god. Honestly, this car just means the absolute world to me. Went through shit times, amazing times, all with this thing. Like, oh god, this is crazy. Happy days, very happy days. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. Next video, we'll be getting it started on the S14, just getting the carpet out, giving it a full inspection, just checking if anything does need to be cut out, maybe get like some floor pans if needed, and yeah, so we'll do that next time, and then I cannot wait to get started on this. Oh man, peace out, I'll catch you in the next one.